Beautiful peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Ann from CancerMoonsTarot, and I'm coming at you guys with a all signs book of answers check-in for January 2022. I want to say Happy New Year to everybody, guys. I really hope we're looking towards a fantastic 2022. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Now, if you have never seen one of my book of answers check-ins, I'm going to give you guys a quick debrief and then we'll get on into it, okay? So if you guys want to skip ahead, if you've been here before, if you know how it goes, feel free to skip ahead. Timestamps will be in the description box and the comment section below. But if you don't know how these go, the book of answers here is a very interesting book. It was intended to give answers to people that had questions, but for me, I like using this book in more of like an intuitive manner. So there are random things, random little messages in here, specifically answers. For example, this says yes, but do not force it, right? So this gives an answer to a question, but for me, I like to look at them more as intuitive messages. So for January and for months, I like to do this as a monthly thing now. I'm basically going to go through all 12 zodiacs. When I get to your zodiac in specific, I'm going to pull 2 messages from the book of answers. Whatever those messages may be, I will give you a short and to the point, quick intuitive read. If it resonates, take that for your month. If not, no worries, okay? So we're going to go from Aries to Pisces. Let's go ahead and get it started and see what messages we have for you for January 2022. Starting out with the Aries over here. Let's see what we got for Aries. Let's get 2 messages for Aries throughout January 2022, 2 intuitive messages for Aries. Aries, the first message we have is a substantial effort will be required. So coming into January 2022, it's really time to take effort in a situation. There could be that there has been a lack of effort in a certain situation. Maybe this is about taking ownership of maybe that you've been lacking in a certain area of your life. Maybe you have not been making much effort in work. Maybe you haven't been making much effort in a specific relationship, whether that be romantic or not. So I definitely feel like if something here wants to be improved upon, whether that be a business you run, whether that be a business you'd like to start, a friendship, a personal relationship, a romantic one, so on and so forth, a substantial effort will need to be required for you to make improvements for that to succeed, okay? Let's go ahead and get our next message for Aries. What is going to be the next intuitive message for Aries here? And we also have cast your net wider. Okay, so guys, this is really about deciding to say, you know what? You need to work maybe just a little bit harder, and you have to open up your eyes just a little bit bigger if you want to see more success come your way. So Aries, when we're talking in terms of business, let's say you run a business currently, there may need to be more effort required in the sense of you need to open up to a broader audience. It could be very well likely about expanding your horizons of the people you sell to. Let's say you sell currently in the United States, maybe open up to Canada and the UK. Let's say that you only currently sell 3 specific types of items. Let's make that 5 different types of items so there's more choice for people, right? It's that energy of saying, cast your net wider. Open your horizons a little bit more, right? Open yourself up a little more and work a little bit harder, and you can definitely see a crazier and better result. And crazy in a good way, not in a negative way, right? Now, if we're talking about relationships here, it said that a substantial effort was required and to cast your net wider. This could be about going bigger in a relationship and saying, you know what? I haven't been as open as I've been previously, or I haven't done as much as I did before, but I'm willing to go the extra mile for somebody that I care about, knowing that you deserve it, right? So maybe you're kind of recognizing, all right, maybe I have not been the most open with somebody that I have a relationship with. Maybe I haven't been putting in much effort, and coming into this brand new year, coming into January 2022, I would like to improve this relationship by being more open emotionally, by deciding to be a little bit more present in the relationship, by deciding to say, all right, let's go ahead and work on the issues that need to be worked upon. You know, same thing can apply within your business. It could be about opening your horizons a little bit more, deciding to say, hey, I could put more of an effort into this business to make it more successful. Even if it's just a little switch, even if it's just adding a little thing to this business, I can open my net wider, I can cast my net wider by making this one change. I can definitely have people have more options of what it is they can buy. I can definitely have more individuals choose from different countries all over the world of what it is they'd like to purchase. You know, little things like that. So I want no Aries by any means to take any sort of negativity from what I'm saying. I want everybody to know that I'm not judging judging you. I'm not trying to say that you are not putting in any effort at all or that you are lazy, but I feel that a certain situation, if you do want to see an improvement, it could use more of your energy, it could use more of your time, and it could definitely use a bigger picture type of vibe. So take that how that resonates to you. Now, if that makes no sense to you at all and does not apply to you guys, do not worry, that's totally okay. But if you feel that something in your life needs a little more effort to become more successful, don't be afraid to put forth that effort. Don't be afraid to open up your eyes a little more to see a bigger picture or to cast your net wider, because chances are the harder you go in a situation, the harder you work in it, the more that you kind of look at the bigger picture, the more success and results you're going to see. So Aries, don't be afraid to cast your net wider, and definitely don't be afraid to put forth more effort in things that you would like to improve upon, coming into January 2022, okay? All right, Aries, that's what we got for you. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the Taurus now. Taurus, let's get two messages here for you for January 2022. Let's go ahead and grab two messages for Taurus, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout January 2022. Taurus, it says it is not worth a struggle, okay? So something here is not worth a struggle, the struggle, any struggle at all, all right, is the vibes that I'm picking up for you guys. So the first message we got for Taurus is that it's not worth a struggle. If you're in a situation in your life right now where you are dishing out more than you get back, maybe it isn't worth all that energy. Maybe it isn't worth the struggle. Maybe it isn't worth you breaking your back for people that are potentially not breaking their back for you. So however that resonates in your life, whether you're noticing that it's a struggle at work, the struggle is real in a relationship, or you're having personal struggles of your own, if something is starting to consume your life and impact you more negatively rather than positively, is it necessarily worth it? If something is very struggle, right? If the struggle is real with the situation and you're not getting much of a positive result from it, will it be worth it in the end, I think, is a question you have to ask yourself. So something here does not really seem worth the struggle. Let's go ahead and get the next message here, though, for Taurus. What is going to be the next message we have here? It is significant. So Taurus, something's not worth the struggle and it's significant to you. So this means you're placing an importance on something that you feel is very important to you. You could be putting someone or something on a pedestal, but maybe it's not worth all the hardships you're going through. Maybe it's not worth all the struggles you're going through. For example, we do this even without wanting to do this. Sometimes we tend to put people on a pedestal. Sometimes we tend to put jobs on a pedestal. Sometimes we tend to put situations on a pedestal. And when we put things above us and place such an importance on them, especially things that have a negative impact on us, that's only going to have a significant negative impact on us, and it's going to make us go crazy and lose our minds. Guys, if you are struggling right now trying to make a relationship work and noticing that you're the only one putting forth the effort, is it worth it? Because at the end of the day, relationships, it takes two to tango. If you're the only one dancing, the person that you're dealing with, they ain't doing shit. Is it worth it? Hell no. If you're connecting with a friend and you feel like you are super loyal to that friend and you do more for that friend than they do for you, maybe it's time to break bread and be equal. Maybe it's time to say, you know what? If my friend's not going as hard for me as I do for them, I should back off a little bit. I feel like essentially what you feel is important to you, you definitely go really hard for it, but I think you're starting to notice that that's having a negative impact on you because there is a lack of equal give and take in this area of your life. So there could be a lack of equal give and take in your relationship, whether that be a romantic one or a relationship between family and friends. There could be a lack of equal give and take within your job. So however it resonates to you, Taurus, is how it resonates to you. But I think what your guides are trying to tell you is, coming into January, if something is becoming a big struggle in your life and is starting to have the biggest negative impact on you, and the negative impact is outweighing the positive impact, you got to think to yourself, is this all really worth it in the end? If it is worth it in the end, if there is this positive result in the end, maybe, I guess, continue going for it. But the way that I view it is that if you're doing something that makes you feel negative, you're always going to get a negative result. If you're doing something that you feel positive doing, you're always going to get a positive result, because the energy that you're picking up and receiving is what you receive. So Taurus, just keep that in mind. If something is a struggle and the negative impact is totally outweighing the positive, is it really worth it for you to continue pursuing what it is you're doing? All right? Keep that in mind coming into January 2022. All right, so we did Taurus. Now going on to the Gemini. Let's go ahead and have ourselves a look. What do we got here for Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout January 2022. Gemini, the first message we have for you is reconsider another possibility. So this could be a good time to kind of reschedule what it is you thought about doing. This is about taking a new approach in a situation rather than the way you were originally going to approach it. So reconsider another possibility. You know, maybe what it is you're doing right now could potentially work for you, but maybe there's a better possibility out there that serves better in your favor. So we have reconsider another possibility. Now let's get the next message here for Gemini, and the next message is going to be seek out the path of least resistance. Yeah, those two messages make a lot of sense together. Remember, our first message was reconsider another possibility. Our second message was seek out the path of least resistance. So what this is telling me, Gemini, is you may currently be on a path of resistance. So whatever possibility you're trying to make happen, if you're noticing that it's incredibly difficult, if you feel like you are running uphill, if you feel like you're fighting against the tide, maybe there's a better possibility for you guys to entertain rather than the one you're currently doing. For example, let's say, Gemini, excuse me for one moment. Thank you. Let's say, Gemini, you're currently trying to make a relationship work. Let's say that no matter what you've done trying to make this relationship work, you've tried everything. You have gotten to the point where you've realized, it doesn't matter what I do, it's just not working for me. Well, the universe is saying maybe reconsider another possibility, you know, meaning that maybe consider allowing yourself to say, you know what, if this isn't working, maybe I'm meant for somebody else. You know, essentially, this is kind of the energy of rejection's God's protection. I always try to tell people, take the path of least resistance, because if something isn't working out for you and you're in that energy of resistance, chances are it's because you're meant to be guided and directed towards a completely different experience. So Geminis, let's say you're trying to be with somebody, but no matter what you do, it's not working out for you. Chances are that person's not for you, but somebody else is. And if you keep on fighting against the tide, if you keep on being in resistance type of energy, you're basically going to keep on fighting for something that isn't aligning with you. Meanwhile, something else is trying to align with you. So, seeking out the path of least resistance is essentially saying, whatever is not working for me, it is what it is. Whatever is not working for me, I'm going to be okay with that. Universe, I'm going to allow you to direct me to wherever I need to go. So try to get yourself in January, Gemini, into a flow state. Whatever is not working for you, whether it's relationship, a personal thing, a job thing, let yourself take the path of least resistance. Let yourself detach from what is not working so that you may align to what really does work for you. If you let go and let God, you will be directed to that next step. So Geminis, I would go with the flow here. Let the universe take the wheel. If something's not working, it's for a reason. It's because you're meant to be aligned somewhere else, okay? But of course, take that if you want to. If you don't resonate with that advice, you're more than welcome to take anything else that you would decide to do, okay? But that was the two messages we got for you. Take that path of least resistance, okay? So, we finished up the Gemini, going on to the Cancer. Cancer, how are you, baby? Let's go ahead and get two messages for Cancers here. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout January 2022. Cancer, be deliberate is the first message that we have for you. Okay, Cancer? It's time to be deliberate in your life in regards to a certain situation. Let's go ahead and grab the next message here for Cancer. What is going to be the next message for Cancers throughout January 2022? And we have here, follow through on your obligations. So Cancers, I definitely feel when it comes towards commitments that you've made to yourself, it's time to keep the promise to yourself. It's time to follow through on the commitments you said you would. It is time to follow through with what it is you're obligated to. And here's the thing, we are naturally not obligated to much, but most importantly, I'd say we are obligated to ourselves. I think it's very important to follow through what you set out for yourself because you've decided to do that for you. And the person that you should always try to impress is not anybody else but yourself. When I set up goals for myself, I like to follow through those goals. And when I catch myself not following through those, in a way sometimes I feel as if I have failed myself because I set something out for me to do. But there is a difference between failure in the sense of, you know what, I thought something was the right thing for me, but truthfully now it's not, versus there's something I know I want, but it's too difficult for me to do it, so I give up. There's a difference between giving up and then knowing that something isn't right for you, and that is the line you need to find here, Cancer, coming into January, because in this month, if you have started to say, let's say you had a New Year's resolution. Let's say your New Year's resolution was, I'm going to go to the gym to better my health. Okay. Bettering your health is something you want to do, right? Bettering your health is something everybody wants. Everybody wants to be healthy. If you back out on that, if you quit, if you give up, that's the energy of giving up, Cancer. That's not the energy of doing something you don't want to do anymore, because everybody wants their health to be bettered. Now, another thing or example I could say on the flip side would be, okay, Cancer, let's say in January, you've decided that you are going to try to be committed to a new type of career field. Let's say as you're exploring that career field, you realize, you know what, this career field isn't for me. Well, that's you recognizing that something's not for you, and you go forth to another path. So there's a difference, like I said, there's a line between not following through with what you've committed, even though you wanted it, okay, but you just gave up, versus realizing that something's not for you. So Cancer, make sure coming into mid-January here, you follow through with what it is you say you will do. Keep your word. Follow your obligations because you've made an obligation to yourself. Like I said, it's a different story when it comes towards people. We don't need to be obligated to other people. I mean, we're obligated to our family, of course, when it comes towards your marriage and your children and things of that nature. But when it comes towards other things, don't worry about those types of obligations. The only obligations, Cancer, I want you guys to follow through with are the ones you've made to yourself. Remember, guys, if there's something you want and you're giving up, you're not following through. You're taking the easy way out, you feel me? So if there's something you want, you can have it, Cancer, but you gotta follow through on it. Now, if there's something you realize you don't want anymore, you're welcome to change that path, okay? So take that advice and do what you will, Cancer, but those were the messages that we got for you. Now, going on towards our Leo, let's have a look, baby. What do we got going on here for Leo? Let's get 2 messages for January 2022. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, January 2022. Gentle persistence will pay off. Interesting, Leo. Kind of feel like in this month, you're going to have to be somebody's reminder. You are going to be reminding people of everything, Leo. So this says gentle persistence will pay off. So this is being persistent, but not in a way that oversteps any boundaries with anybody. It's about reminding people about what it is you need to remind them about. So Leo, maybe coming into January here, you may be persistent in regards to attaining a job. You could be persistent in regards to asking somebody for a raise or things of that nature. It could be little things like that that you're being persistent towards, but I feel like this is the universe saying be persistent, but not in a way where you're overstepping anybody's boundaries. You know, of course, if somebody says no, respect no, but if you need to kind of make a point or if you need something to be done, don't be afraid to speak up for yourself. For example, Leos, let's say somebody said they would do something for you, right? Let's say that somebody said they would get you this check or they would get you this money. Maybe somebody owes you something. You know, don't be afraid to be persistent in a gentle way and say, hey, you know, I kind of need this. You know, you told me you would get me this. I need this now. You know, don't feel afraid to speak up for yourself. It's kind of the vibe that I'm feeling for you, Leo. Like, for example, let's say that, you know, you gave somebody some money to help them when they were going through a difficult time, but your rent's coming up and you need that money back. Don't be afraid to be persistent about getting that check. Don't be afraid to speak up for yourself, you know? It's about not letting things slide. You're being persistent, but in a manner that's kind to make sure you're getting what it is you need, okay? Let's go ahead and take a look here at the next message for Leos throughout January. We also have here, be a good sport. Leos, have you been naughty, okay? Have you been naughty, Leo? Look at this energy over here. It says, be a good sport. Oh, Leo, they said you've been naughty. So keep that in mind, Leo. You gotta be a good sport coming in here into January 2022. So gentle persistence will pay off, but be a good sport. This also could resonate towards, too, potentially a person of interest. Maybe there's somebody you're romantically interested in. Maybe you do want to get the ball rolling. You do want to take them out on dates. You want to get to know them more. Be persistent in a gentle way. Don't overstep that person's boundaries. Be a good sport, Leo, okay? Maybe take your time with somebody. This is what you might be getting called to do, especially if you're dealing with romance in January. Maybe try to take your time more with this person. You know, treat them real right. Be a gentleman or gentlewoman, right? And really take your time with somebody to build up a really good relationship. But nonetheless, that's what I got for you guys. So take it how it resonates in any way of your life. It's a general read. It's an intuitive read. So it can resonate in any way in your life, whether that's friends, family members, lovers. It could resonate towards your work, so on and so forth. So Leos, gentle persistence will pay off. You can be persistent, but make sure boundaries are incorporated and be a good sport. That's a straight up message. There's no other way for me to tell you guys. Don't do bad shit, Leo. Do not do bad shit. Be a good sport, okay? That's all that I got for you guys. I can't believe I'm telling Leos to be a good sport. I can't. That's an interesting message. I've never, no sign has ever got that message before anytime I've done these Book of Answers check-ins. So Leos, cheers to you guys being the first. right, Leos, we finished up our Leo, going on to the Virgos for January. Let's go ahead here and have a look. What 2 messages do we have for Virgos for January 2022? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Go, damn, okay, Virgo. A strong commitment will achieve good results. Damn, dude, I like that. Virgos, this is like the energy of saying, okay, it's time to get tied down. So Virgos, when it comes towards love and romance, a good, strong commitment will achieve good results. Maybe it is time to get committed with somebody you're dealing with. If you've been talking to a person of interest for a month or so, or for a couple of weeks, or even a couple of months, maybe it's time to consider forming a commitment rather than just being in a situationship. So for Virgos that are dealing with romantic situations, it might be time to move out of a situationship and kind of embrace a relationship, you know? A real relationship where there is a commitment between 2 people. So that could be something to talk about. Now, if it's not about romance or relationships, a strong commitment will achieve good results could resonate within your work life. Maybe it's time to make more of a commitment to your work. Maybe it's time to make more of a devotion towards businesses that you're creating or towards passions that you have. The more committed, guys, you are to the things in your life, the more of a positive result you'll have. You know, the more committed you are to your work, the more money you're going to make. The more committed you are to your craft, the more you'll master it, right? So the more we stay consistent, the more better the results we have. So throwing that out there for January, the more commitment you have, the stronger of a result you'll get. And we also have here for you, Virgo, we have here do not resist. So don't resist came up for you. Basically with don't resist over here, I think what that means for you guys is don't invite in any sort of resistance, meaning don't let anything kind of come in between what it is you're committing towards. Don't let negative energies come in. Don't let negative thoughts come in. Don't let any sort of negativity block you from what you're trying to achieve. For example, if we're talking about love and we're talking about a strong commitment, don't let the fear of commitment get to you. Don't let the fear of a person that you're in an official relationship with cheating on you or doing something they're not supposed to do get into your mind. It's about not letting fear kind of stand in the way here. To create resistance from whatever kind of commitment you're making. So guys, whatever you're going to be devoted to coming into January, don't let anything stand in the way. Most importantly, don't let fear stand in the way, because that's what's going to create resistance to you getting the good results that you want. So guys, stay committed to what you want here coming into January. I feel like there will be a lot of good results to you, and once again, and most importantly, don't create resistance. The more resistance you create, the more you will resist the results you're getting from what it is you're committing to. So keep your eye on the prize, guys, okay? Alright, Virgo, as we finished up our Virgo, we are now moving on to our Libra. Libra, let's go ahead and get 2 messages for you, baby, for January 2022. What 2 messages do we have for Libra? Libra, the first message we have says, provided you say thank you. So Libra, this could mean that somebody is doing something very kind or special for you coming into January 2022. This also could be the energy of just pure gratitude for the universe. This could be saying that the universe is bringing in a blessing for you. So just as provided as you say thank you, provided as you tap into the energy of gratitude, there is a good time here for you to be provided with a lot more blessings. So I definitely feel like this is resonating with the universe rewarding you for something, Libra. This could be about the universe rewarding you for something you've been trying to manifest. Maybe you've been manifesting a job. Maybe you've been manifesting a certain situation. So just make sure you sit in the energy of gratitude throughout January, because every time we're in the energy of gratitude, we always tend to acquire more. When we can be grateful for what it is we already have, we can constantly acquire more. So definitely tap into the energy of gratitude as something you're being called to do. And the next message we have is take a closer look. So guys, that's a very interesting message that came through. Take a closer look. It could very well likely mean that maybe the things that you got going on around you, you're not really paying too much attention to. This is the energy, Libra, of I'm not saying that you're taking things for granted, but sometimes things can kind of pass us by without us even realizing it. You know, for example, we could have a really great thing in our life right now going on, and if your head is someplace else, especially far away from the present moment, sometimes we can miss out on the fact that we're having a good moment. Sometimes we can miss out on the fact that we have something really good right in front of us, and I feel like the universe here kind of wants you to recenter yourself into the present moment in January and really take a close look at what you have in front of you, because if you think that life is really bad or if there's nothing good going for it, you're probably wrong. There's probably some great stuff right in front of you that if you took a closer look at it, you'd say, you know what? Shit, Thank you, universe. I actually do have some pretty great blessings in front of me, and I can actually acknowledge that now, because it kind of feels like there is a lack of acknowledgement towards the good stuff you do have, which could be your center focus, rather than your focus being on maybe things that are not so good happening. So just keep that in mind. Like I said, I'm not trying to say you guys are ungrateful. I'm not trying to say you guys are, you know, what was the term that I used before? Taking things for granted. I'm not trying to say you're taking things for granted, but sometimes life can be very overwhelming, and the good stuff can pass us by in the midst of chaos. And there will always be chaos, there will always be good stuff, but even in the midst of chaos, there's good stuff going on too. And I think the universe kind of wants you to kind of refocus on that, you know? Draw your attention to that and see it and say, you know what? Even in the midst of chaos, thanks, universe. There's still some good shit going on in my life that I can appreciate, you know? And when you get in that energy, guys, you'll have a smile on your face and you'll feel pretty damn good. All right, Libra? All right, guys. Moving on forward from Libra, let's go ahead and dive in deep to the Scorpio. Scorpios, how are ya? Let's go ahead and get 2 messages for Scorpios. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for January 2022. Scorpio, we got Take a Chance, baby. That's the first message coming out for you. So in January 2022, Scorpio, it is definitely time for you to take a chance. Do not be scared to take a leap of faith, baby. Be the Fool card in the tarot deck, right? So it's time to take a chance. Could be about taking a chance on love. Could be about taking a chance in your work, taking a chance to further your own personal career, taking a chance to further yourself, you know? I think that it's a good time to not be scared to just say fuck it and go for something, because you never know what can happen, right? The worst thing that can happen is that it doesn't happen the way you expected. The worst thing that can happen is that it doesn't happen at all. So you might as well just take a gamble and say fuck it and see where things go, right? For example, when it came towards YouTube, guys, I wanted to do YouTube my entire life, and I've taken many chances on YouTube. I've had many different channels, you know, mostly gaming channels, but when I really came into resonance with what I'm doing here today, I took a chance. I uploaded my first video, and my first video was me reading tarot cards that I didn't really know all the meanings for. I would pull the High Priestess, right? And what I would do is I would pause the video to read the frickin' booklet that comes with the tarot deck to see what that meant. And in due time I learned, of course, and then I became an intuitive reader. I connected more with my intuition in due time, but take a chance, guys. I went from finding the answers of tarot, or understanding tarot cards from a booklet, to literally channeling information from within me and from my spirit guides and from source. Take a chance, you know, you'll never know how far you can fucking go, right, Scorpio? So just throwing that out there, you know? You never know, because every YouTube channel I've had before this one never worked in my favor, but then I gave this a go and I had my break and everything worked out and aligned. Scorpio, we have not only just take a chance, we also have don't let the moment pass, baby. Okay? Tell me that's not alignment. Both of these messages make perfect freaking sense. Take a chance, don't let that moment pass. There is a moment in front of you guys right now that may not be worth missing out on. Guys, if you love someone and you're interested, tell them you love them. Don't let that moment pass. If there is a job opportunity that has come into alignment with you, maybe it's time to take it and not let that moment pass. If there's something you got good going for you right now, Scorpio, take a fucking chance and don't let that moment pass. This is the energy of don't miss out on something, because something here potentially could end up being really great for you. It could be the best thing you've ever had, and you'll never know unless you actually give it a chance. You miss 100% of the shots that you do not take. And that's why we gotta take shots, okay? We gotta get, 3-point shots in this bitch like D Wade. You feel me? So Scorpio, get out there and take a shot. You miss 100% of the ones that you don't take. Don't let the moment pass. Take a chance on the situation, because it may turn out a hell of a lot better than you ever even expected, all right? Like I said, with my YouTube channel, I didn't expect nothing. Most in my first video. I expected absolutely nothing. I just had fun with it. I thought this was awesome, and I got the best damn subscriber base I could ever imagine. I got the best damn people I've ever met in my entire life, and my life changed 3 years ago, and I'm so grateful for it today because I took a chance. So whatever it is for you guys, do not miss that moment. Take the chance on what it is you want. All right, Scorpio? All right, baby. Moving on forward from Scorpio, let's go ahead over here and take a look at the Sagittarius. What's going on for the Saggy? Let's get 2 messages for Sagittarius here for mid-January. Well, now for January as a whole, January 2022. Let's see, what 2 messages do we have for Sag? We have here, ask your father. We have ask your father. So Sagittarius, this could be a good time to ask your dad for advice. You know, there are certain things that only a dad will know best, okay? Mama knows best in most situations. I'm not gonna lie to you. Your mom probably knows the best in almost every single situation, but there's other things that fathers can be really useful for when it comes towards advice, so there may be something here worth asking your dad about. So keep that in mind, guys, okay? Whatever it may be, your personal business, not my business, but if there is something that you do need to talk about, maybe consider talking about it with your father. There may be really good insight there from that masculine figure that could help you out in whatever situation you're currently dealing with. Let's go ahead and get the next message here for you guys. What is going to be the next message for Sagittarius? And that next message is pitch in whatever you can. Oh, I got you now. All right, Sagittarius, your mom's birthday might be coming up, so you might have to ask your father what your mom would like for her birthday, and you can pitch in whatever you can. This might be one of those years where your mother's birthday's coming up, and you have no idea what to get your mom, and you're like, well, Dad, what do you want to get her? Let's pitch in and get her something nice. Maybe mom's had a hard year, and you and Dad want to surprise her with something wonderful, so pitch in whatever you can, Sagittarius, and ask your dad what she would like. That would be something nice. Maybe the two of you could purchase your mom something really, really cool and help them out. That's really awesome. I like that. Either way, though, pitch in whatever you can and ask your father. These 2 messages, of course, are inherently very random, so I'll give you the best of what my intuition is telling you. I think that pitching in whatever you can could be in resonance with doing the best you can in a situation you're currently in. I think that if you're in a situation that you're facing that you find difficult in this moment, Sagittarius, I think that having a masculine presence such as your father could be a very good to help you navigate whatever you're dealing with. Essentially, I feel like your guides are trying to say to you, you know, no matter what it is you're going through, remain to do your best, continue to do your best. Not everything is easy, especially the things that we deal with in life. So continue doing your best every day, and don't be afraid to reach out to your father to have some sort of masculine insight, which actually may end up being very beneficial to the situation that you're currently involved in. So those are the messages I have for you. Of course, they're pretty random. If they don't resonate with you, that's totally okay. It's an intuitive read. It might resonate to only one Sagittarian out there. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But I definitely see here that your father can have great insight to a situation you've been having a little bit of a difficulty with. And, you know, do whatever you can here. Pitch in whatever you can. Put forth your best, you know, energy. Put forth your feet or your right foot, however the fuck the saying goes, your best foot, right? Whatever it is, put forth as much energy as you can to make a situation work, and give it your all. You know, your best is really all you need. All right? Perfection is bullshit. Your best is the best, okay? All right, Sagittarian. All right, guys, so we finished up our Sagittarius. Let's go ahead and move on to Capricorn. Let's have a look, okay? Capricorn, January 2022. Let's get 2 messages for the Capricorns. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout January 2022. Capricorn, you are too close to see. Ooh, okay. Capricorn, you might need to back up from a situation to really see better from whatever kind of perspective is going on. So Cappies, you're too close to see. That kind of gives me the vibes of you're a little blindsided. There are some rose-tinted glasses going on here. I feel like you're wearing a little bit of rose-tinted glasses. There's something in front of you that you're not being able to see. Maybe you should take a step back and you will see everything you needed to. Sometimes going back a little further helps you see the bigger picture, you know? So coming into January for you guys, I think it is very important for you guys to say, you know what? If I haven't really been paying much attention, or if I haven't been very aware, or if I feel like something's going on, let me just take a step back and look at the situation from a bigger picture perspective, and you might see the full story. So just throwing that out there. You're way too close to see. Stepping back, Capricorn, can actually be your best bet for you to see something that maybe you've missed. We also have here, upgrade in any way you can. Ooh, Capricorn. So, what the upgrade in any way you can is telling me, this may be in reference to the people you're surrounding yourself with. So Capricorns, if you're too close to see, meaning that if you're around people and maybe you're not seeing some of the deception that they've caused, maybe you're not seeing the true person that they are, when you take a step back, you might realize that certain people you're surrounded by are not really what you actually wanted to be surrounded by. So upgrading in any way you can would reference, maybe I should surround myself myself with better people. So coming into January 2022, I definitely see an energy of you guys kind of realizing, okay, the people I'm surrounded by, maybe not the best, or the situation I'm involved in right now, I didn't notice it earlier, but I'm noticing it now. It's not really the best situation for me. Maybe I can do better. Maybe I can resonate with better. Maybe there's better, so much better for me than this current circumstance and environment. Maybe I should align with what's better for me rather than being in this current situation. So it's like once you take off the rose-tinted glasses, once you really see what's right in front of you and you get the bigger picture and you really understand it, you kind of realize, oh, maybe this isn't as good as I thought it was. Let me upgrade and let me go ahead and walk towards a better path for me. So just keep that in mind. It's not going to resonate towards every Capricorn, but if you've been too close to see, take a step back. You might uncover some things you never really saw before, and it might make you realize, maybe I'm meant to be on a different path, okay? Alright, Capricorn, as we finished up the Capricorns, let's go ahead and move towards the Aquarius, alright? What do we got going on here for Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout January 2022. Let's have a look. Aquarius, we have here, be more generous. Oh Lord, ain't that a freaking message, huh? Oh my God, Spirit's out here dragging us. Be more generous, Aquarius. Jesus Christ. Well, Aquarius, it's not to say you're not generous at all, right? I definitely feel like being more generous usually resonates towards being more generous towards yourself. Whenever I get this message in the Book of Answers, I usually resonate it with, you should be more generous towards yourself. This could be the energy of you guys, you know, saving a lot of money, rarely spending money on yourself, rarely, you know, doing something nice for yourself because you've gotten caught up with life, right? Sometimes we get so caught up with, you know, so caught up with our lives that we don't even remember the last time we did something nice for ourselves, right? Sometimes it's nice to do things for you. And when I see be more generous, it usually resonates to me. Be more generous towards yourself. You know, Aquarians are givers. A lot of people don't see that side of you guys, but I love Aquarians. And Aquarians got big hearts, and you guys are big givers for the people that you care about. So don't be afraid to not be so much of a giver to other people in January, and to be more of a giver to yourself. Be generous for you. Buy yourself something nice. Buy yourself something pretty. Get yourself that ring you wanted. Get yourself that jewelry you wanted, right? Whatever you wanted, Aquarius. Buy that book you were looking at for a long time. That's $200. Who knows why it's that expensive, but it's just because it's an amazing book. It's printed amazingly, whatever. Get yourself that expensive book, okay? Treat yourself in January 2022. Be more generous to you. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the next message for Aquarius. And we have here how things turn out will depend on you. And that's 100% true, you know? How things turn out are always going to depend on you in certain situations. And Aquarius, for your month of 2022, that's exactly right. If you're in a position of time to where you are not as comforting, or it's not that you're not as comforting to yourself, but if you're noticing that you're doing more for other people than you are for you, what's going to happen to you is that you're going to feel drained and tired of taking care of everybody else, you know? If you've been super generous to all the people you love and care about, but you've kind of lacked that generosity towards yourself, if you've been giving so much energy to other people, but you've kind of lacked giving all that energy to yourself, in January, you're inevitably kind of going to get to a point to where you feel drained. So guys, don't be afraid to be generous to yourself. Don't be afraid to be kind to yourself this month and to give yourself a little extra, to give yourself a little more tender love and care, because honestly, how it will turn out for you will be a really beautiful thing. You'll feel very rejuvenated. You'll feel very positive, okay? So how things turn out will depend on you, Aquarius, but I think that if you do be more generous to yourself in this month, you're going to feel very refreshed, and I think that's something you guys need, okay? A little bit of refreshment, guys. Get some rejuvenation going, some R&R, and you're going to be feeling in tip-top shape. So guys, don't be afraid to be a little more generous to yourself. Take care of yourself a little extra this month. I think it's going to be super beneficial to you. All right? And last but not least, baby, let's go ahead and take a look at the Pisces. How are you guys? All right, let's get 2 messages for Pisces here. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout January 2022. Let's go ahead and have a look. Pisces, upgrade in any way that you can. We had this for another zodiac sign I was reading, so this is an interesting one. Upgrade in any way you can. This could be in resonance with saying, all right, maybe my current circumstances are not the best. Maybe it is time for an upgrade. Even if it's a small upgrade, maybe it's time for an upgrade. Meaning that Pisces, if the life you're living right now you feel is not necessarily serving you, upgrade it in any way you can. That could very well likely be as simple as saying, okay, this job that I have, it's not paying me enough. But you know what? I did hear down the street at this place, they're going to be paying a lot more. Let me go apply there and get that job. upgrade that job, upgrade that money, upgrade them finances, baby. Maybe the people you're hanging around can be kind of shallow and rude and negative towards you. Upgrading in any way you can could be dropping negative friends and choosing to hang out with yourself. That's still a fucking upgrade, okay? Believe it or not, that's still an upgrade. That's still winning, right? You know, I've had people say to me, well, Aunt, I'd rather be around people than be alone. Fuck no! I'd rather be by myself than around a bunch of crappy people. So remember that, Pisces. If you have individuals around you that are not necessarily the best type of people, an upgrade even would be just you being away from that type of environment. Let's go ahead and take a look at the second message here for Pisces, January 2022. We also have here, it is uncertain. So Pisces, there is some sort of uncertainty for you stepping into January 2022. I lost the page, guys. I was going to show you the message. I'm sorry. But unfortunately, I lost the page. And I also lost the page of what I was just looking at. Luckily, I remember what it was. Either way, Pisces, getting back into your reading, something is uncertain to you. But one thing that I think is certain in January is making upgrades to your life, making your life better for you. What's uncertain tends to be the future, because even though we can manifest and create futures for ourselves, there's always going to be things in our future that are going to be unknown to us. But what I think is important is that if you are not happy in the now moment, or if there is something going on in the present moment that is not serving you, you have every right to take care of that, to create a better future for yourself. You know, like I mentioned, Pisces, if you're around friends that are not necessarily the best to you, it's better to be alone than to be around a bunch of fake people or people that give you negativity. It is better for you to say, you know what, I know I deserve to get paid more, so it's better for you to leave the job that's not paying you that much to go to a better job that is cooler, a better environment, and pays you better, right? So any upgrades you can get in the month of January 2022, I think will be beneficial to you. You know, your future may be uncertain. You know, you may be able to see a glimpse of certain things that can come to your future, but you'll never see anything, you know, you'll never see everything, right? About what your future has in store for you. But if you want to have a first step of having a better future, that's going to require you dropping and eliminating the things that do not serve you and starting to upgrade towards things that do serve you in your highest of goods. So keep that in mind, Pisces, okay? And with that being said, Pisces, you conclude the rest of the 12 zodiacs that we've done here today. So guys, thank you all so much for tuning in, man. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you for coming into another Book of Answers check-in. I have so much fun with these guys. I think I'm going to make it a monthly thing. I had a couple of people ask me last month if this can be a monthly reading, so I started it, you know, for January. I started this to be a monthly reading. I'm enjoying it. I hope you guys enjoy it as well. I love doing intuitive readings. I love having a free-based kind of thing where I can just pull random messages and kind of go off that and tell you what it is and tell you what I feel. So intuitive readings are always very fun for me. This book is always very fun for me, so if you've enjoyed it, please go ahead and let me know. If you would like the Book of Answers check-in to continue to be a monthly check-in for every month that comes up, definitely let me know in the comments, and I will do my best to stick to that on a month-by-month basis. But guys, I love you all so much. Thank you everybody for tuning in. If you're new here, definitely consider subscribing and joining the channel. I would appreciate that so much. Much love, everybody. Have a happy January. I hope you had a happy new year, and hopefully 2022 is going to be popping. Much love to my soul family, and guys, have yourselves a good one. Peace.